advice presented in this broadcast is intended for entertainment purposes only. It should be assumed that the panelists are not experts in any topic that may arise. Yes, including that one. Be advised at your own risk.
Oh, hello there. Welcome on, friends. This is Questionable Advice. So today we're bringing you all in to talk to some of my friends to help you out with your advice needs. So if at any time, oh, puppy. So we're going to ask you to go ahead at any time during the show. You can go ahead and put in the comments things that you need advice on. Maybe it's your love life. Maybe it's your job. Maybe it's your cute puppies. Maybe it's not advice that you need, but your family and friends unsolicited need some advice as well. And you can put that in the comments as well. And so the friends that I brought here are going to then answer your questions. Some of the advice is going to be like real gold, solid gold. You can take that to the bank. Some of it might be things that you should probably use your best judgment on because we're not. So let me introduce the friends that I brought along today to give you some advice. Hello, Mignon.
Hello.
Hayden.
Hello.
Jack. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
And Jack is also teching today, so he's going to be putting the comments up here on screen. So
Yeah,
thank you, Jack.
so if you saw the intro looked a little bit different, you're doing fine. There's a carbon monoxide leak in your house. I somehow messed up the intro, but it's smooth sailing from here on in.
But if you do smell something funny, there might still be a gas leak.
That's true. I shouldn't say unequivocally that you don't have a carbon monoxide leak. You might.
Okay.
I put on makeup for this.
Feels so special. I don't even put
like
on makeup for this.
Well, you're special, Dayna, and it's like the 5th time in the last year I've done that. So
Wow.
I know I impressed Laura by putting on makeup tonight for her. And myself.
Nice. Okay, so our first question comes in from Dennis, who is here in California, Sacramento. How does he stay cool in this crazy heat?
Wow. So in quarantine, I'll just go because I've got a good one for this. In the beginning of quarantine, I wasn't acclimating, so it was like March, April, getting into May, and we had some hot days, and we were all ordering stuff on Amazon, and I ordered these. I was like in bed, dying of heat, but whatever temperature my feet are, that's what the rest of my body is. So I bought socks that have ice packs in them, and they're like toe ice packs and like heel and ankle ice packs, and they look like weird podiatrist socks with ice packs in them, and I wear them to bed in the summertime when it's hot.
Oh, wow, that sounds really cool. I mean, literally, but also figuratively. Because that's like when I have the biggest troubles at night when it gets warm and you're trying to sleep.
Yeah. It's sort of a similar thing for me, like the wearing ice socks is such a relatable thing that I'm sure everyone does. And for me also, it's if my torso and legs are too hot, then I'm too hot. And so what I'll do is I'll just get packs of ice and kind of take them all around my body, sort of instead of clothes. You've got to put extra ice sort of on the groin area because that you can't get a write-up for that. I found out it needs to be covered, but
I feel like one of the bags is gonna leak, and I'm gonna feel like I wet the bed. I'm gonna like wake up and be like, "Oh, I did that."
That's one of my go-tos is just putting my hand in a cool thing of water when I go to sleep. I find that always works great. Hayden, Mignon covered the feet, you covered the body. I think the main thing for me is just cooling off your mind, Dennis. I think when you're watching razor hot which is definitely a phrase, Racer comedy action on Sacramento Comedy Spot live streams. You need to give yourself some downtime before you go to bed. You're probably going to be sweating, thinking about the bits, jokes, the hilarity that you've just seen. Put your mind on ice, okay? Go ahead, watch a couple Blippy videos and tune out, okay?
So I feel like a lot of my problems are solved not by like what I have, but like by who I know. And I recommend you go out and you meet a coroner, right? Because they have a whole room full of like cold shelving units that are the perfect size and shape for a human body. So like anytime you get cold, you call up, you're like, hey doctor, I just need to come down to the morgue. I just need to take a quick relaxing chill. And then they just shove you in a drawer. You could bring your iPod or your whatever the cool kids are using for music these days. I'm old. And you know, just take a quick nap and you'll get a leave, unlike the other residents.
With an ice cold Zune, nothing better.
Might have to bring your own yoga mat to lay down. Okay. Oh, nice. So Shirley says that her dog has been aggressive with her daughter, who is 12, and the puppy is 2.
Oh.
How can she help with this? Aw. She loves her dog, but her daughter's number 1.
Her daughter was here first. I don't know if that means she's number 1. I mean, kind of like first in, last out type situation.
Yeah, but anyway, the dog's on ice here, it seems like.
I would say if you're worried about your dog being aggressive with your daughter, my mom's actually doing this right now. She's taking a dog to obedience school. She's doing it with the dog, taking classes at the local PetSmart. This dog, in my mom's words, is the stupidest dog she's ever met. He's not really aggressive so much as he keeps running into fences. But there is a chance to teach an old dog new tricks. And if it's a puppy and it's still 2, it's got a chance to learn. You just got to be willing to teach it.
Yeah. And to that too, I think, I'm a bit of a dog expert. I wouldn't say I'm the best in the world, but certainly the country. And
it says tunneling expert.
yeah, that is well the question so far. But see, with dogs, it's sort of like an alpha beta kind of thing. So maybe it isn't that your dog's being too aggressive with your daughter; it's that your daughter's not being aggressive enough with the dog. She needs to establish herself as the alpha in this situation.
That's pretty good. And that's kind of what I was thinking is like her daughter needs to get super aggressive with the dog and just bite the dog. And I'm a huge dog lover. It says always pet sitting, but I definitely do not know my rights from my lefts, but I can always pet sit. And I have a house full of dogs all the time.
I'm not doing this on purpose. I'm so sorry.
No, it's good. Anytime I say right, I go left. And in fact, Brian will literally turn the opposite way that I tell him, knowing that I'm wrong.
Oh, no.
And that's the mentality you have to have. You know what I mean? And in fact, actually, I have gotten advice on this because we have an aggressive small dog who has a little Napoleon complex. And the advice I got was to spit in his food because then it establishes you as the alpha. And that's from one of Brian's best friends, Jeff. And he's I've heard him say it twice, like before. He's like, I gotta spit in your dog's food. So because then it shows like you're eating my spit and that's what you get and I'm in charge.
I mean, I like that idea of like establishing like pain as like a learning tool. But what I'm thinking, right, is you get some tape and you put it down the middle of your house. And then you get them both a shock collar, right? And the dog gets one half of the house and the daughter gets the other half of the house. And when they cross the tape line, their collars shock. And then they'll learn not to go into each other's territory. So they just never have to see each other. They can just like stand on each side of the line and growl at each other occasionally. But like you're going to keep them safe in their own space.
Jennifer,
I'm a big fan that if people put shock collars on their dogs, that they have to wear one too. So I'm totally down with this.
It's good for parenting too, because if you have the shock collar on your daughter, you can have like every time she misbehaves, you kind of shrink the radius that she's allowed to travel in. And so she has to think, well, okay, I want to act up here, but it's getting pretty small for me to be able to move around this house. So
Yeah, it's a small dog. We got to spit in the food.
I like that duct tape idea. It's similar to what Jennifer Aniston and Vince Vaughn did in the breakup, and it worked out great for them. Also, Hayden, what you just said is the exact same thing I've said to many club promoters. I want to act up, but the space is getting too small in here. I need to move it out.
That's your MO, you know?
It is, and I do know that. Got some good suggestions in the comments, too. Just pee all over their shit, so don't pick up the dog poo, just pee on it.
Yes.
Shirley's worried that the dog would snap because it has tiny bones.
Oh, no.
So I think, Mignon, your spit idea would be the most safe. Or the safest. Shirley, did we help you out?
Right, and you don't need to save the shot collars for just your kid and your dog. You can, play with them yourself.
If you're going to put it on your dog, you have to experience it yourself. So you have to know.
Right.
That means I have to let Brian's friend Jeff spit in my food, too.
Yeah, Jeff will spit in all of our food for sure.
Wait, is it Jeff Salonaker?
Yes.
Yeah, I think he might have already spit something I hate then.
Or you can just make a whole line of pet food he's already pre-spat in.
You've got Slonacard.
Okay, so do we have any more? And if you're from the audience at any time, go ahead and put your questions in, and we'll definitely take them. Okay.
Yeah, good questions from Dennis and Shirley. We got one from Brian, too, that I just did not make go away, but there it is.
So Brian says that there's an embarrassing video online of him dancing. How does he redeem himself? I mean, personally, I feel like that maybe you don't need redemption, as long as you're not doing anything illegal or anything that, makes you a bad person. It's always good to have a little bit of something that makes you look silly or ridiculous on the internet. It shows that you're a human and it's relatable, and I think it's something you should, lean into and be proud of.
I think that with an embarrassing video, you should probably pay a company to scrub the internet for you. There's services out there that can go in and scrub the internet and just get rid of it, ignore it, cry yourself to sleep, and call it a day.
So we've got late breaking information. For the record, Jack was the one that made me do it, so I'm just going to go ahead and pop in here, Brian. Brian, we were dancing for charity. We raised a lot of money for the Sacramento Comedy Foundation. Thanks for everyone who was on the live stream last week, the big 24-hour live stream. I think, Brian, you need to spit on yourself for even suggesting that this was a bad idea. Even though you did almost tip the trash can over, we both survived. It was good to dance at 4 a.m., and your question is wrong. Again, hashtag blame Jack seems to be taking off in the comments. This is not going how I thought it was going to go.
Yeah. With that blame Jack hashtag, I think the best way to redeem yourself is to get a video of Jack doing something embarrassing. So just follow him around until inevitably that happens. Go for it. I give you full authority, legal authority to do that.
It's coming from a certified prison escapee. You can trust him on the law.
If anyone knows the penal system, it's me. So.
Or if you just want to save time and you're technically savvy, just deep fake Jack's face onto the video of you online dancing, and then easy peasy, you're done.
I like that Brian knows how to deep fake. He just didn't know who to do it of. It's like, oh yeah, I can just do Jack.
Oh man.
We got some more questions coming in. Hopefully we answered your question, Brian. We got one. So the fear of inflation is causing my stocks to tank. What is a fail-safe investment strategy?
Okay.
Yep. Diversify your portfolio. It's always good to buy in on those big stocks when the stock market dips, especially March 14th was a good day of 2020 to buy anything you wanted. And I think as a person who doesn't really invest, the best advice I can give is diversify, because if one thing dips a little bit because of the economy and you know it's going to come back, you're totally fine. You just got to wait it out.
Mignon, I want to make sure you saw this. This is coming from a medical doctor. Your skin looks amazing.
Mm-hmm. Well, Sarah and I recently purchased some skincare products that benefited the comedy spot called Beauty Counter. I think that's what it's called. Mm-hmm. Sarah will know. Sarah is very smart, and we all got new face stuff, and now we all glow. Not like we're pregnant, because we're not.
Sounds like some good investment advice.
Oh yeah, diversify. You got to do it.
I'd say right now, and I'm seeing a lot more blame jacks in the chat. I'm not going to put those up. But I'd say investment-wise, I'm long right now on Hayden coin. There's a lot of Bitcoin and Ethereum, a lot of stuff going on in the crypto space. I'm pretty heavily into Hayden coin at this point. It's the worst for the environment out there. It is really based on nothing, just pure speculation. You'll either make a fortune or lose it all. I'd say that's the Hayden coin promise.
Yeah, diversify is like good advice, but diversify everything into Hayden coin, into the singular, diversify it out and then onto Hayden coin. There's some cryptos, I think there's one that like donates to breast cancer research and that sort of thing. Hayden coin doesn't do that, and that's why it's inflation proof. It does nothing at all, so. Wait. See?
I saw when you started.
Do I need a computer to do Hayden coin? I don't like how do I get it?
Oh, just Venmo me. I'll figure it out. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
And then the memo puts your face in a coin.
Yeah, exactly. I would love a face emoji for me. That would be great.
I love how honest Hayden coin is, saying the things that it's not doing. It's really brave.
It's not going to make any promises. It just is what it is. You give me it.
Dr. Sarah, love the skincare tutorial. Brian, people liked your dance, so looks like hashtag BlameJack has become hashtag Jack is completely exonerated for this and other crimes. Well, let's get more questions in there, folks.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and put, and it's easiest if you put the word question and then your question so that we can search for it and also know that it's a question.
One from our man Dennis.
Oh, okay. So Dennis says that he went to shop for milk for a cereal and now there's a million choices. How do you choose? Which one is better?
We can answer that. Unless you want to take it, Dayna.
Yeah.
I will not claim to be a milk expert, unlike many other things. So when you're buying milk for cereal, you want to look at, like, there's two options you can go in, okay? 2% is a pretty even. You don't want to go whole milk because that's just like a whole cheesecake worth of calories with your cereal. You just want a little 2%, it's a nice balance. Almond milk works okay in cereal if you're trying to be a little healthier, but generally 2%. And then it's all, milk is milk, so the brand I don't think really matters. So for the environment. Okay.
That's a feature, not a bug. Were you listening to Hayden Coin?
Don't cancel me!
This is accelerationism at its finest.
Okay, any milk is good. Except cow milk. The next book, you can't do cow's milk either, because that's bad for cows, right? So, soy. Good milk. Water milk. That's good.
Well, I'm always a fan of don't ask, figure it out yourself. So what you need to do is you get Microsoft Excel and you make an Excel sheet of every type of milk that you can ever think of, and then you're gonna meticulously go down the list and try every milk. And if you eat more than one cereal, you need to try each type of milk with every cereal you eat. You might need a very large spreadsheet, but it's worth the time because then you'll have true data to back up your decision.
That's called a good Tuesday night at my household. We're getting all the milks out tonight. My fridge is a disaster area.
I think you should just go with heavy cream because colonics are expensive, and that's like a good way to clean everything out. And then if you just go with heavy cream on your cereal, in like 20 minutes, you're going to be 5 pounds lighter.
I think, as Hayden mentioned and alluded to, every milk is bad in its own way. So I'm going to go back to something that was brought up earlier: spit. You can't eat it. You don't even have to buy it. You want your cereal to be better, Dennis? You want your Captain Crunch to not, get the roof of your mouth so much? Just spit on it a while. It'll be fine.
And I know
I think someone could argue that dehydrates you, Jack. So maybe that's not okay either. Because then they will need to drink more water, and that's also not good. So yeah, can we get some cancel Jack hashtags on the?
There were a lot of those going independent before the show was.
Line with that one. Wait, diverted. Okay.
We're gonna see how
too much for you to move. It's easier to follow now because it's just a wall of. Yeah.
Although I feel like there's an untapped milk market, and it's people. I mean, if you know someone that's already got milk on hand and it's not being used, or they have more than they need, then just do that, because we're already bad for the environment as people. We might as well just lean into it.
Have you guys heard of people buying people's breast milk because they got the COVID vaccine? This was before everybody could get vaccines, and now we can't, so we don't have to drink other people's breast milk, which is good.
We don't have to, we get to. Thanks to Hayden Coin.
Do whatever we want, but there's a market out there for COVID breast milk antibodies.
I've heard a lot of silly things that I've not heard that one.
Something tells me there was a market for breast milk before the COVID stuff too.
Oh, there was. But now it's healthy for you because it's got COVID antibodies in it.
Right. Or that's what you tell your wife.
I jokingly said this to a doctor, and they were like, the science is there. And I was like, oh, okay. That's not what I was expecting.
Corrine asks, what's the going rate? I'd say that's about 3 Hayden coin. Get some of that milk.
Let's get a bidding war started.
There's a market. There's a market.
Let's see if we can get a group discount. Everyone on here, let's go.
BYOB. Or bottle?
That's not what I thought.
Oh, man. Some more good questions. There are more questions I haven't gotten to yet, but this is a good one from Dr. Sarah.
Okay, so Sarah wants to know, how does she decrease her water usage by 10%? Because that's what Californians are supposed to do now. I can hop in and help with this. So I think it really is just going to depend on what kind of home, what your living situation is. I know that I live in an apartment, so the best thing I can do is shower less. Do things like when you're brushing your teeth, only have the water on when your toothbrush is going under it, and then turn it off. Don't turn the water on when you don't need it. If you actually own a home and you have landscaping, there's a lot of really good dry water smart landscaping things you can do. If you want to go to more a desert theme, do something where it's just a lot of low water absorbing plants, or replace grass with rocks, and some cute things you could do. I think that's probably the best things you can do as an individual.
Yeah, and that's a great idea, getting your lawn more sustainable. And that, I would say, bring that in the home as well. We all know how much water it takes to mop and that, so let's get the wood chips inside too. We got wood chips in the back, we got rocks in the bedroom, just everywhere you can. You'll have to sweep less. You won't have to, spit on the ground and wipe it up more. Just have wood chips everywhere. Outside is inside.
And I think too, because that's surely going to save you 10%. And that was really a nice idea, Jack. You can get rid of this thing up here. So I love that one. But that's only the 10%. What about the people that aren't saving 10%? So you need to compensate for them as well. living outside, I think, would do that. Don't, it's worth a shot, and then you can let me know how that is. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out how to put an emoji above you, and
I saw it. There was a pause.
I almost broke the stream, so I'm just gonna leave it where it is.
I don't know. I think you guys could just use urine. Like, urine is very antibacterial. It's liquid. If you have to mop the floor, just piss on the floor and mop away. Just do it.
Corrine brings up a great point. Toddlers learning to wash their hands. Do they have to know that? We're almost through COVID. I imagine we'll never have to wash our hands again, Corrine. Save you some time. You can get to the show when it starts. Answering this other question.
But here's a fun science fact, actually, that like the chemical compound in urine is very similar to ammonia, so you could use it to clean.
Yeah. Seemingly bad, but turns out excellent advice.
That should be the new name for the show.
It's only bad advice if it turns out wrong, right? Like,
Yeah, that's
works.
on you.
Whoops, smart.
Corrine did have a good question, though. How do I get my kids to bed earlier so I don't miss the start of the Fiddle Forkin show?
I'm a big fan of blackout curtains. And at 6 o'clock, you can tell them that they got to stay up till 9 o'clock. Easy.
That legitimately happened to my brother and I. My mom used to put us to bed when it was still light outside, and we did not have blackout curtains. We'd be like, we can still see the sun. She's like, daylight savings time just happened. And growing up, I thought daylight savings time was 4 times a year. It's not. It only happens twice a year. And then I'm one of 5 kids, so as more kids came in, bedtime got later and later. So I would say, Korean, just have more kids. Then you won't care when their bedtime is. That's what happened with my family.
She could definitely use a couple more, that's for sure.
Yeah, it'll get more breast milk going for our new Hayden coin scheme.
We need it. We need it.
Right.
I got one.
Oh.
This is Waffle. He's the one that we have problems with. I mean, but thankfully he's cute, so we keep him.
And how much breast milk does he need?
At least 2 pints.
Okay.
Nice.
It's like 3 Hayden coins worth. So.
I need more pregnant friends.
If Karina's is talking about this show in particular, I take bribes. Like, I could start the show later. Like, I'll take goods or services.
Yeah, and if I ever tech again, we barely made it on time. So yeah, that's a good bet too.
If you
You're
have
doing
like,
a good job.
if you have like favors, you would like to say, okay, so and so will do a favor for me, and you do a favor for them. Like, I'm all good. Whatever gets you here.
So many nice waffle comments.
It's good he's cute. Seriously, it's why we keep him around. He was dumped at a park, and my mom always says, well, we know why.
Oh.
He's adorable. He's very cute. He did bite me the other day and broke skin on my finger because I was trying to pull a chicken bone out of his mouth.
Oh.
I think that part of things is the same way I got my little brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I might have bit my parents a couple times when they were trying to take my chicken bones. They're my bones. Yeah. I earned them.
You can't eat them. They're going to splinter.
Okay, we got another good one from Jess. How would you deal with someone who will not stop singing, she clarified later, singing everything they are doing or just random songs that give you earworms and drive you crazy, asking for a friend? Well, we can answer the question. I hope your friend's on to hear the answer. I would say, just make your own music in your head. I've got a soundtrack going 24/7. Music's what you make it. It's easier than ever to have your headphones in or Bluetooth connected. Make your own music in the world,
Or make your own music. There's like the one-man band things you can kind of put on, and they're pretty loud. So you just kind of shut out whatever they're singing with whatever you're making, that's creative. That's good. So.
I think you should just play ringtones because nothing gets stuck in my head more than someone else's ringtone. And for some reason, when everyone had the Razr flip phone, I was super jealous because I had a Samsung flip phone. And everyone's Razr ringtones would get stuck in my head. And I remember like driving around and I was singing the Razr ringtone forever.
Yeah, that Crazy Frog, he had some hits, but he fell off.
You know, I psychologically, I think there's a very thin line between hatred and love of something. So you just need to like psychologically like maybe watch something sexy and then listen to someone sing, and you'll start like making those pathways in your brain, and then suddenly you'll be like, you know what? Is hella fucking sexy. Oops, I said a bad word. It's hella sexy when someone just randomly bursts into making up songs. It's adorable. I think I'm cute when I do it. I think it's cute when other people do it. I think you just need to like, you know, bring it around.
I agree with that. And I'd also say that everyone using the hashtag #BlameJack in the comments, maybe you love me. I don't know. Turn on Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist and something else pornographic, and maybe it'll, you know, change your mind on me as a person.
It's strange that as the person with control over what goes up on the screen, I haven't seen one Blame Jack hashtag up on here.
Oh, I'll go get him.
Yeah, I think just, you know, and even distribution of, you know, everyone needs a chance to get up there, no matter what they're putting up. There you go. Thank you.
I just had to prove that I'm actually dog sitting. So even though Waffle looks a lot like Heidi, and Heidi is giving you guys side eye right now, she's pretty cute. And she is everything we wish Waffle was.
Maybe if they're close enough, you can like dye one's face, like they're make it look more like the other one, so you can just take home the one you want.
Well, Heidi is like a good combination of Coach and Waffle. Like if two of our boy dogs had a baby, it would look just like Heidi. We have a type.
More like murder.
Okay.
Yeah, murder is good advice too. I didn't know that, just kill them. Yeah. I give you legal authority to do that.
Disclaimer, Hayden does not have any legal authority.
As far as you know. Okay, I gotta remember to write that next time goes Hayden. Okay, we got a question about pepper jack cheese.
Nice. Okay, so Bryce is addicted to pepper jack cheese. He's tried other cheeses, but it's not the same. How can we help him?
Yeah, do you even have a problem, Brian? I would say that you know what you like, and that's good. It's just change how you're thinking about it. It's good that you know what you want. When they ask you what kind of cheese that you want, you know for sure in your loins what you're hankering for, and it's pepper jack.
I mean, as long as you're not like stealing money to buy cheese or like murdering people for cheese, I think you're good.
Yeah. Oh, are you though? Can you let us know?
Yeah, sound off.
How is this negatively impacting your life?
Yeah, sound off in the chat if you're murdering people for cheese.
Let's hear it!
If it gets really dire, just put peppercorns on your sandwich. Whatever cheese you use, it'll be the same. Just pour them on there, and it's pepper sandwich with cheese.
Guys, commenters, I have to let you know, I don't think these hashtags are going anywhere. I don't think they're searchable. But I do appreciate how many are popping up throughout this show.
Maybe the hashtag #BlameJack is in reference to pepper jack cheese.
Oh!
That's where the problem really is.
Yes. Oh. I like Crystal's style. Oh my God, Dana! People are on board from Blame Pepper Jack. Dennis is on the same mind meld. Pepper jack cheese mind meld.
He's just, transferring his feelings about cheese onto Jack the person.
Yeah, take a Lactaid. Maybe you can stand me. Okay. How do I tell my teens not to do stupid-ish when I did the same stupid-ish at their age? Oh, and the show has Jess crying. We're sorry. We're trying our best. But how do you make your kids not do stupid stuff when you know you did stupid stuff when you were their age?
I think, like, usually if you tell someone, especially like a teenager, not to do something, they're just going to do it. So, I don't know. I think it's always helpful to be honest. Like, hey, I did this. It went poorly for me. This is what happened. If you tell someone, if you forbid them from doing it, they're going to want to do it. So you forbid them from buying Hayden coin. Do this legal authority. I resent that, but
I think you got to ground kids for everything. Like, just ground them. We haven't been able to do that because we have I'm a kid's stepmom, and there's like divorce guilt. So we've never grounded them once, but looking back, we should have grounded them for everything. Like, every little thing, grounded. Take the phone away, enjoy the crying and screaming, take away the PS4, take away the computer. It will be great. You'll enjoy it. You just have to shut your door to your room and not listen to all the crying.
I would say if your kid's doing what you did back then, just make them do what you're doing now. So say, you know what? You want to be cool like I was? You get to be cool like I am now. Sit down, grab a glass of breast milk. It's from my friend Kareen, but that's just who we could buy it from. It's not weird. And, have a sip with me and let's just read these comments rolling in about blaming your old man for things. So you want to live my life? You know what it's like in the hot seat? When people you kind of know through streaming services once you canceled, okay, that'll make them think and change their behavior, I think.
Well, I know that, when my mom would try to do things with me, it embarrassed me, isn't that what teens do? So what you need to do is you need to do all the stuff that you did then, right now, with your daughter. Maybe even suggest some things that she hasn't tried yet that is, even worse than what she's trying to do, but then make her do it with you in front of all her friends, and then she'll be like, oh, hell no, I'm going to be responsible, and I'm going to do my homework because I don't want my mom around to embarrass me while she's, drinking 40s and doing hikes.
That's cool mom shit.
That's cool, Shirley. You don't know what your kids are saying before they're going to talk. That must be entertaining. Sounds like a good time. Kareen is thankfully being very nice about the fact that we are taking over for breast milk. Hello, Jennifer. This one, I can't even really split the words up in this hashtag.
This Jack is pretty cool, but I'm still going to blame him for a lot of
Hopefully.
You guys can read.
I went to the first grade. I know how to read.
Let's get some more questions popping. I think that was the last question I saw for a little bit. Any more questions for this amazing panel? We have Hayden, who is a prison escapee tunneling expert. Hayden Coyne, not a milk expert. Legal authority. Mignon, who is always pet sitting. Dayna, who is a casual hug skeptic. The gang's all here. Any questions?
Anything at all.
Dude, my mom was a stepmom to my older half-sister, and as an adult, my half-sister constantly thanks her mom for setting limits and having expectations. Tough love. They'll thank you later, and you set them up for success. That's nice. That's
a question? Is it like
that's smart. I wish I knew
success? That could be a question.
Oh, this is a question. We're just going to take this earnest recollection of someone's childhood.
See them up for success?
Something that clearly means a lot to Crystal and her family. Yeah, we'll take this as a question. So I would say, first off, spit on it. Second off, milk.
Man. It's hard. It's hard when you have stepkids, and I always feel bad disciplining them, so I don't do it. I And thankfully, they're good kids, so I kind of got super, super lucky.
Oh, Mignon, there's a question coming up that I think you're going to be an expert on. How do we rebrand Waffle to set him up for adorable puppy success? I really like this question because we're not changing Waffle's behavior at all. We are just rebranding how the public sees Waffle.
It's super easy. It's just Instagram pictures. He's really cute, and a 2D picture that's not moving and you can't see him biting you while you're trying to save his life is perfect. You can't tell any of that's going on in the background, and he looks adorable, and everyone is obsessed with him because he is cute, even though he's looking like a brick right now. He is adorable in 2D.
Yeah, got to stay away from the boomerangs with Waffle.
Yeah, it's always him going.
Here's the thing, right? With people, when like adult men misbehave, you don't get mad at them. You call them bad boys, and then women think they're sexy. Like, that's not my jam, but like I hear it's a thing that people like. So you just need to rebrand him as like a bad boy. Maybe get some of the lady dogs around to be like, ooh, that's a sexy bad boy. Maybe put him a little leather jacket and a little fake cigarette.
Tat him up. If you're doing the Pete Davidson thing, like have him date a pop star and tat him up, that's all you gotta do.
Waffle's gonna get a tattoo of a bunny on his neck.
Yeah.
1 second, I am furiously typing. Confirm Pete Davidson's doing. We were almost late getting on because
could you also just throw up like celebrity PR expert?
Hayden was almost late to the show watching King of Staten Island over and over again. I say we need to get.
Guys, after the 10th watch, you get so much better.
I think we need to get Waffle a new spokesperson. We all love Mignon. We think her skin's looking amazing based on the chat. But she's saying the negative things about Waffle. We need someone like Hayden who's going to be upfront about the negatives, right in front, and then keep selling. We can't say Waffle's bad. We just need to acknowledge that he'll bite us and then keep selling, just like Hayden Coin.
Yeah.
Waffle Coin. Let's go.
Waffle Coin. Or also have another dog who's lovely and sweet and adorable and has cute little crossed paws. I know, it's really too much. So it's like, this is our firstborn and he can do no wrong. He sleeps literally on top of Brian's face all night long, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Like, he can do whatever he wants because he's so adorable and sweet, and he hasn't bitten anybody.
That's my dream. That's my dream sleep position. On Brian's face.
Right on Brian's
Oh.
So Jack shows up at your house.
Yeah, let me in. I'm cold. If you're cold, I'm cold. Let me in the house.
So Sarah says, my boyfriend keeps stealing my shirts and wears them better. What do I do?
I'm imagining like a dude just wearing a tiny shirt and looks like a crop top.
How many crop tops have you worn, Hayden?
I'm very upset because I have not even tried to fit into one of her shirts. I wouldn't even dream of trying. No way. But I'll take it bigger shirts so that he can do that. That'd be my advice. Bigger shirts, like XL. They are my jam.
Good.
Have you seen me?
I think I misspelled aficionado, but we'll get back to that. I was just kind of doing a closed captioning as you were talking. I was saying if he wears the shirts, if he wears your shirts better than you do, wear his shirts better than he does. Anything he can do, you can do better. You can do anything better than him. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. That's how that song goes. Go ahead, get in there. Grab some shirts, put them on. Live in style. Why not switch clothes? Life's short.
You got a lot of typing to do, Jack. I want my entire face covered with text by the.
Dennis said that too, and I'm trying, but it takes me a long time, and I'm like
letters.
90% sure I misspelled aficionado.
Spelling is, overrated.
Yeah, I never spell anything right.
Yeah.
I don't even have anything to add right now.
I feel like what you need to do, right, with the shirts, is just wear dresses all the time. And then if, he gets into wearing your dresses, at least that's doing a lot for, like, gender equality. Because I feel like the more men wear dresses and crop tops and booty shorts, the more, like, it'll be acceptable for women to, like, show their bodies as well. So you need to just do that to try to, like, trick him into being a feminist.
Yeah, that's awesome. How to trick your boyfriend into being a feminist. That's like, that could be a graphic novel or something. That's cool.
It's all about crop tops and booty shorts.
One little step further and just mean girl his shit. So you're going to take his shirt and cut 2 holes right where you need to cut them. And then he can wear that around town and be the ultra feminist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
or just dress up like Pennywise from It, and then if he wants to steal your clothes, imagine how spooky he'll have to be.
What the hell, man? This is a fun show. I have nightmares.
Gotta give you a warning.
Because, guys have nipples too, so...
Whoa, my God! What's happening?
So do clowns.
Instagram. Let's see what happens.
Jeff's afraid of clowns and nipples, but not clowns.
When they're together, I'm fine.
Yeah, it's totally...
The enemy of my enemy is my friend. This seems incredibly relevant. Gavin Newsom crashed my first date this morning for a photo op at a small business coffee shop in Davis. What can I do to get the governor to stop crashing my dates? Kareen asked for follow-up. Crystal gave us his exact location and time. I pray some scandal comes out and he says he was somewhere else at 10 a.m. and we can go back to this live stream and nail him.
Can I just say, Gavin Newsom is like the Pete Davidson of California, you know what I mean? Not to Pete Davidson of California. What are you typing me?
I'm typing stuff. Just go on. We'll keep answering.
Man, I think you should hide under and start crashing his dates. Everyone got mad at him for going to French Laundry during quarantine, and now they want to cancel his ass with a recall. Grade Davis his ass. So I say crash his date. At least you're going to get a nice dinner out of it.
That's a really good option. I say if you don't want the governor following you around, I would say just come out strongly in favor of universal health care. CA Care's been sitting on his desk for months now, and he doesn't want to touch the thing. So if you just wear that, like a kick me sign on your back, just that bill, I think you should be fine. He won't be anywhere near you.
This won't get you in trouble at all. Put a tracking device on the governor so that you know where he is at every moment of the day. So if he gets too close to you, you can just leave. Maybe even set off alert on your phone to be like, oh, he's within 20 miles. I gotta get the hell out of here.
I feel like you could really sell that app. I think people would want that and be like, I want to be near the governor. This is the free state of Jefferson. Sure, I'll sign up for your annual app. You can charge me in my iTunes store.
You can put it on your boss,
Oh, man. Mignon Foster, best advice ever. Clear theme tonight. People love Mignon. Yes.
I've made so many mistakes. I could give people better advice all night long.
Oh, man. This is awesome. I love it. Yeah, we have
time for a couple more.
Couple more? Okay. I'm a 33-year-old man that can't grow a Viking beard. Do you think I should do beard plugs or stay affiliated with the Babyface gang? Brian, no matter what you choose, you should always stay affiliated with the Babyface gang. Be an active member. But we would appreciate you sticking with us and just not turning against us like a clown or a nipple.
And as far as I know, they don't let people leave, right? Like
No.
Once you go into the life, you can't just walk out. So I'd stay in touch at the very least. Yeah. No.
So
Here it comes.
my honest opinion about facial hair, right, is not necessarily good or bad in the abstract. It's really about your face and what looks good with your face and what you can grow. you should embrace what you can do and what you can't. Like, maybe give it some time. I know plenty of people who are like, I can't grow a beard, and then a pandemic happened and they grew a beard. Like, so, you know, don't give up on yourself. But if you can't, like, just embrace what you can do, and as long as it looks good, it doesn't really matter what it is, right?
It's true.
Smart.
I shave because my facial hair does not look good.
Oh, I did that right before I put on makeup. It's just you. When you're of a certain age, it just happens. So I think the best thing to do is just braid what you have in the cornrows. It makes everything look better, and put like a sturdy gel in it and just leave those cornrows out, and then rebraid them as they grow out till have weird dreads.
I would say of all the answers we've given tonight, some of Hayden's were clearly illegal. I'd say that one's the one most likely to get you canceled. Just give yourself cornrows. Don't, Brian, don't give yourself cornrows. Oh, that's a nice mustache. Oh, man. Oh, this is actually a really good question I'd like everyone to weigh in on. This question basically boils down to, Jack, what happened to you? Guys, what do you think my deal is? Go on.
Well, clearly you've
I
had
think
some
someone's
kind...
in.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, go for it, Dayna.
I was just going to say, you must have had some kind of recent nipple-related trauma, and you're still not healed from it, and sometimes even the things that you love can hurt you, so you just need to, like, find a way to, like, get it to say I'm sorry.
Oh, I love that. Clearly you've had some nipple-related trauma. I love that being said to me.
Oh man, I don't even want to say mine.
Mignon, you're full screen. Go for it.
Ugh. Okay. Basically, everyone's breastfeeding videos on Instagram that keep getting deleted are because of Jack. He's so against it that he's the one that keeps going on and reporting everyone's breastfeeding videos and why all the moms in the Midwest love him.
I don't want to see how my sausage gets made. I just want to eat or drink.
He's jealous of all those babies getting all that free milk. He has to spend Hayden coin after Hayden coin on that milk usually. So he's a little bitter about it. No. I think the worst thing about you having to type every time I say something is that it stays in full screen after I'm done.
What's the thing that goes in when you're just testing out a... No, it's not. It's what, like lorem something, lorem or whatever, the Latin text. If only I had that to put in there. Brian's gonna come back next week and just be like, Jesus Christ.
We should just put hashtag blame Jack in the scroll, and then you'll at least know what happened.
Who hurt you, Jack? They already answered. I walked away and heard Jack is breastfeeding. Well, don't walk away. I feel like we've turned Jack's life around tonight. Thank you, guys.
Right?
We're here for you.
This is a surprise. Like, we're
The surprise virtual intervention. Oh, man. I have a lot of social anxiety. What are y'all's best ideas for dealing with this social anxiety?
You got to go slow. We've all been locked down for an entire year, and everyone doesn't know how to use words. Every time I talk, people think I'm trying to like beat them up or offend them somehow. So you got to go slow. You have to go slow and just start leaving your house and going into social situations, and every little thing that happens, you don't have to fight them. You just have to tell yourself, it's all right. That old guy doesn't know how to wear a mask. It's okay. That person cut you off because they're probably giving birth in their car. You know, it's all right that person's speeding. They're on their way to save a life, and you just slowly emerge and don't push it too quickly because you're going to kill someone. And that's legit advice.
I think to that too, you know, the thing with social anxiety is to remember that everyone's busy dealing with their own stuff, thinking about themselves. No one is looking at you as closely. And to that too, like you said, we've been in lockdown. So now's your chance coming back out of lockdown to reinvent yourself. You want to give yourself a fun hat or a wacky accent. People might not remember, and it might just go with it. Australian accent, Scottish accent. I'll just keep listing stuff while Jack types.
I want a funky accent so bad.
Go for it. Oh, you kind of messed it up. Come on. Yeah. Okay. German accent.
I really like this comment. New show, questionable intervention.
Yes. It's our spin-off.
Oh, man.
I noticed that, when during the pandemic, I've really taken to, talking to myself or saying my thoughts out loud. So maybe you should just do that when you're, socially anxious. Behave however you behave, but then, speak your inner monologue out loud when you're done. So if you're, talking to someone and you're like, man, that went really bad. I'm awkward and uncomfortable, but damn, that guy looks nice in his jeans. Just say it out loud into the world, because then you'll be that cool, quirky person. It's like being in a sitcom, and who doesn't love being in a sitcom?
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with that. Get your own soundtrack, too. I think that would really help out when you make a wacky entrance through, play your little theme music. People are going to love you at a party. And I would say make sure Hayden's there. Life is a zero-sum game. You're not going to be considered socially awkward if you're doing better than one person. Make sure Hayden and I are there. You can try and compete with us, and people think you're pretty normal in comparison.
Yeah. Good advice.
Okay.
Oh man, that's great.
I don't know how tough that is.
I couldn't think of any words, so I just typed random nonsense into Hayden's thing. See, there you go.
We've almost got Hayden covered, guys.
Almost covering on my face.
I feel like I'm making your posture worse. The words are pushing you down.
I can raise my chair up. So just
yes, that would be huge for me. Thank you. Yay!
Just as advice.
Right. Well, now that Hayden's face is covered with the words, I guess that's the end of our show. We made it, guys. Yeah!
Yay!
So I just want to say thank you to Jack, Mignon, and Hayden for being on the show today. You were all delightful, and we changed some lives. We might even change Jack's life.
Yes, 100%. And Kareen, I will be messaging you after this.
And thank you, Jack, for teching. You did a great job.
Oh my God! Thank you.
And as always, thank you everybody in the audience for joining us today and watching and giving us the things that you need advice for, and hopefully not doing any of the nonsense that we talked about. But do the good things. And have a great weekend, everybody. Bye, friends.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.